Moving on to step 4 in the eco-mapping process, you start to map your impacts on soil quality and the storage of potential liquid pollutants. In this example, staff have identified that the waste oil from servicing cars is an abundant area, so that if there was a spill, the oil would be contained within the bund. Now, a bund is basically a small concrete curbing that prevents the oil from escaping into the environment. The whole site is covered with concrete, so in this example contaminated soil is not an issue, but in other instances oil has been known to have been tipped out onto soil at the back of premises, creating a contamination problem. Rubbish bins are outside the premises. You can mark them on your map. In our example, new oil is not an abundant area and could be spilled. This needs to be addressed, so we put a small circle around that on the map. Step 5 identifies odour, noise and dust issues. On the map, staff have identified a noise issue with a compressor at the back of the premises that is used with the high pressure cleaner in the wash bay. The air conditioner has been identified as a potential noise issue along with exhaust fans. These could impact on neighbouring businesses or residential dwellings. Fumes from cars being serviced could also impact on nearby businesses. Now it's time to map major uses of energy. Staff in this example have identified that the benchtop power tools use a considerable amount of energy. There is the air conditioner, hot water system, air compressor and electric hoists, all high energy users. The workshop uses arc lights, and one suggestion could be that skylights are put in to take advantage of natural lighting to save on energy consumption. Normal light bulbs and standard fluoro tubes could be replaced by compact fluorescent globes. Moving on to step 7 and the question, where do we produce solid waste on the premises? In our example, staff have responded by saying that solid waste is produced in the kitchen and in the office. There is a considerable amount of used car components. These are being stored in a recycle bin. One issue identified here is that used brake pads need to be stored in plastic bags because the older pads contain asbestos. Also, by mapping where your waste is going, as shown by the red dotted lines, you may find that relocating the bins to a different position may be more efficient. Step 8 in the eco-mapping process is mapping your environmental risks. The staff here have suggested that there is a risk in handling waste oil that needs to be looked at. There is also a potential trip hazard around the hoists that needs to be marked with striped tape. Another issue identified is the loose rubbish around the outside bins, possibly because they've overflowed. There is also plastic contamination in the cardboard recycling bin, and this needs to be addressed. On this map, if you wish, you can mark out your occupational health and safety risks. We've shown where the fire extinguishers are located. Now it's time to start compiling all the issues that you and your staff have identified through the eco-mapping process. Once you've done that, you can produce an action list showing the issues in order of priority and who is going to be the responsible person for addressing the issue. This, in essence, is your environmental management system. You've identified the issue, how you're going to fix it, when you're going to fix it, and who is going to fix it. There is, of course, a more formal way of developing an environmental management system, and the template is on this CD. You can take the process even further to ISO 14001 certification, and on the CD there are 2 templates that will take you through the process. By filling out the 2 pages, you end up by being about 65% on your way towards ISO 14001. And on this example, the smiley faces show you how far down the path you are. We've found the eco-mapping process useful not only for the motor industry, but also the electronics industry, wineries, plumbing and printing industries. Lectures on eco-mapping have been conducted and well received at UniSA and TAFE colleges, and it is being used by a number of government agencies.
In closing, it is your system. Keep it simple and you'll be surprised with the results as you move towards reducing your environmental impact. You'll find all the supporting documentation you need on the CD, along with contact name, phone numbers and web addresses. All the best with your environmental management system.